Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This ought to be a delicious treat. My good friend Nate sent me a couple of these in the massive beer mail package he sent. They didn't send this particular version to Virginia, but hopefully now that they've announced that they're going to build the brewery in Richmond, we're going to be able to get pretty much most of the stuff that they brew, especially on the East Coast anyway. I don't know if they're going to brew all the same stuff on the East Coast as they're doing on the West Coast, but time will tell. So hopefully within a year or two, however long it takes them to get the building built and get the brewery up and going, we'll be able to get just about everything that Stone does, especially on the one that they're building in Richmond anyway. So, but anyway, this is one of my favorite beers, the Enjoy By series. It's been very limited, but I've been pretty damn lucky that my subscribers will send me one or two of the ones that hadn't been sent to Virginia. So Nate, thanks a bunch, guy. I really do appreciate you sending me at least two of these, and not just one to review for you. So I've got another one in the fridge to enjoy at a later date, but we're going to have it before the Halloween dates on the bottle here. And like I said, this is the 10.31.14 and bottled on 09, and the rest of it is smudged off. So, and that's the problem with putting a stamped on code on the bottle. If it doesn't take much to wipe that date off, or to smear it, or whatever, where you can't see when it was bottled. But this was put in the bottle in September, and we're in October, and they want you to have it by the end of October, so we're pretty much in that window. So let's get on with this one, guys. Like I said, this is the 10.31.14 edition, and I've read you this on just about every one that I've done. Commercial descriptions. You have in your hands a devastatingly fresh double IPA. While freshness is a key component of many beers, especially big citrusy floral IPAs, we've taken it further, a lot further in this IPA. You see, we specifically brewed it not to last. We've not only gone to extensive length to ensure you're getting this beer in your hands within an extraordinarily short window, we make sure that the Enjoy By date isn't randomly etched in tiny text somewhere on the bottle to be overlooked by all but the most attentive of retailers and beer fans. Instead, we've sent a clear message with the name of the beer itself that there is no better time than right now to enjoy this IPA. And I would not hesitate to say it is probably on my top 5 list, if not on the top 3 of very tasty beers, and being one of my favorites. So I really enjoy this series of the beers. So hopefully this is going to be just as good. I've heard that this one was different than the other ones, and I really don't know, guys. I don't know if they're using the same recipe or if they're changing it up a bit. They won't say. So with that being said, let's get over to the food pairings. As typical food pairings for your IPAs and double IPAs. IPAs is cuisine is barbecue, cheese is peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue, cheddar, your more pungent cheeses. And the meat for this is game, grilled meat, and salmon. Glassware is sipped or tulip, oversized wine glass, got the double glass. And I wouldn't recommend this for celery. If you can get your hands on it, drink it by the 31st. That's when they want you to have it. So nice little hiss off there, a little bit of smoke. And this is a bomber, 22 ounce. But I'm not going to pour it all in the glass. Leave room, about a half a glass or so. Enough to share. With that aggressive pour, we got about a finger and a half of soapy white bubbles over into the light. I can see the light right through it. It's very clear. A nice amber color to the beer. Very, say, orange or tangerine in color. Really looking forward to this first beer of the day. Let's get a nose on it. Wow. And I always say that on this beer. Wow. Citrusy, tangerine, oranges, mango, a lot of tropical fruit notes. Very citrusy. Pine, grapefruit, pineapple. Wow. It smells freaking awesome, guys. Nate, thanks again, brother. I do appreciate it. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Nate. Oh, it's very delicious. I don't know if it's just me or this one is just a tad more subdued than what I remember the other ones being. Not quite as over the top, but maybe I'm just getting used to drinking them. A lot of sweetness up front, decent amount of bitterness on the back end, but it's not overly bitter. I don't know what the IBUs are on this particular version, but to me it's not quite up to the last one that I did. Now don't get me wrong, it's still pretty damn awesome, but to me it tastes like it's a little more subdued, and the malt is a little bit less than what the last ones were, and it's still showing it as a 9.4%. Let's see if it's got it written on the bottle, cause yep, 9.4%. But still, it's freaking awesome. It's very delicious. Well, let's sip on it, see where it ends up, see if it gets to 10 like I've been giving the rest. I'm on the fence right now. It might be a 9, might be a 10. I'll be right back. We'll figure it out. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little bit left. I was on the fence there between a 9 or a 10 on this one, but now that it's warmed up, got the date on the bottle, enjoy by, got the date there when they want you to have it by. I'm going to go ahead and give it to 10. I mean, to me personally, I think some of the previous versions of this was a little more in the hop aroma and the citrusiness and the tropical fruit notes and mango and all that other stuff. But this is a damn awesome beer. It is very, very tasty. If you're a hophead, you will love this beer. It's in my palate may be changing a little bit, or that I've gotten used to drinking some of these beers from them. But it's very, very tasty, guys. I can't think of a single thing that, other than saying the maltiness is not quite up as far as it is, but it's a 9.4%er, so the malt bill is where it normally is for this style of beer and for this series of beers. So let's do the final chug. It's very tasty. It's awesome. Just damn tasty. These are one of my favorite beers from them, like I told you guys. I really enjoy the Enjoy By series that Stone is doing, and this one doesn't seem to be as dank as some of the previous versions have been. And like I said, I don't think it's, if I had a 9.5 rating, I would probably give it the 9.5, but I do not. I go from 8, 9, 10 and all that. So I'm going to give it to 10. It's got the information on it you need. It's a delicious beer. It is very, very tasty. It's very tropical, very citrusy. A nice balance of the sweetness and the bitterness that's on the back end. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it the 10. It's very delicious, and Nate, thanks again, brother, for sending me 2 of these. One for y'all for me to review for y'all, and one for me to have before Halloween. And I plan on doing that. I'm not gonna keep that beer past the enjoy by date. I will have that before then. So, very tasty beer, guys. It's definitely worth picking up if you're a hophead and you like this style of beer, and I do. But like I said, I don't know what states they decided to send this particular version to. Virginia was not one of them. So hopefully we're going to correct that once they build the brewery here in Richmond. So, but anyway, let's go see what everybody else thinks. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first. They say 98 in the world class category. I would not argue with that whatsoever. It is a world class beer. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 100, and overall, I mean in style 100. 100, 100. 10 from me, and 98 from the other guys, which they're a little on the conservative side. And that may have changed. Each version, I thought, was being brewed with the same recipe, but I think they're changing it up just a little bit from batch to batch. So, not exactly sure. There's no information on that. So, I did notice the bottle doesn't have anything like deliciously dank or anything like that. So, I think it's a little bit different than the last batch. So, with that being said, if you've had this one, then Stone Enjoy by IPA. This is the 10.31.14. Let me know what you think, guys, and come back and join us then. We're going to go take a walk tomorrow and see what's in the fridge then. See you then.